Hi, my name is Jeannie, and I am the mother of a type 1 diabetic. I am not a medical professional, and I am not here to give any medical advice. I'm just one type 1 parent speaking out to other type 1 parents. So today's post is actually discussing the obvious controversy that is between type 1 diabetics' choice in low carb versus high carb. It's not an issue with type 2 diabetics. As a matter of fact, they are encouraged to eat lower carb and exercise and have a healthier lifestyle, whereas type 1 diabetics are actually encouraged to eat high carb and just give insulin to correct for it. So I wanted to try to get this message out there before you get on the internet and start doing research and getting bombarded by the different passionate opinions on both sides. And, you know, I commend the parents for being passionate. I'm passionate about my child. I think that we are all passionate. I mean, who's not going to be after, you know, going through the struggles and journey that we've had to go through and that we live through on a daily basis. I mean, I think it takes a certain amount of passion to get through it. So with that being said, I just want to kind of touch base on this. I was on a group site, and I get on there on a regular basis. I'm actually a member of this group, and we're all kind of on the same way of eating, and so I've never you know, felt judged or anything like that. We're actually always, you know, we're there to share and learn and grow together. And so this was the first time that I actually saw a post that I kind of felt judged by. And I have to say, I'm actually more offended by someone who is living you know, who is living a similar lifestyle and not eating style, but is living with a type 1 diabetic and understands the struggles and trials and everything that we go through on a daily basis. It's more offensive to me for them to judge me than it is for someone who is ignorant and has no idea what type 1 diabetes is. So this kind of caught me off guard. It was a new member, and she obviously wasn't sold on high carb or low carb lifestyle, and that's okay. I mean, she doesn't have to be. But her post was just kind of sent out there broad for all of us parents, that we should be more considerate of our children's feelings. So this was my response to her, and my response to anyone who may question my way of eating for my family. And I feel like reading this would be a lot better than me actually trying to speak it, because I get fumbled and I'll end up doing this post 15 times before I actually get to post it. So I don't have much time, so I'm going to save myself some time and just read it to you. I often worry about the emotional struggles that she will face one day. Having this disease is hard, period. As a parent, I am the one managing my daughter's diabetes. I am checking all the numbers, counting, calculating, cooking, preparing, endlessly educating myself, and tirelessly fighting day after day. I do most of this behind the scenes so she can spend her time enjoying her life. Watching her do that without highs and lows and all the complications that go along with that brings me more than enough joy to continue this journey. This way of eating is not for everyone. It is harder than the recommended ADA diet, but I personally wouldn't let my non-diabetic children eat the way they recommend. I personally find it insulting that the diet was created to keep it easy for us, since we are weak, mindlessly addicted, and lacking in willpower. Key word being personally. This is our choice. I do not judge others for their choice of lifestyle. I don't live their life, and I don't know their circumstances. I will, however, share this way of eating with love to those who are open to learning and are willing and able to fight the good fight. My daughter being healthy is the good fight. I am well aware that one day she will be her own person, living her own life and making her own decisions. That doesn't deter me. because I know I am doing my very best to educate her and give her the best tools she needs. Even if she goes full SAD one day, standard American diet, she will have had years of healthy eating, giving her and my non-diabetic children their best start. I know that I will never know exactly what she's going through, but I would carry her burden in a second. It is not due to my lack of trying. I am always thinking 2 steps ahead. With this disease, you can't afford to be behind. I don't think you can be this in tune to somebody's body and not be considerate of their feelings. Yet I am thankful because she is amazing and strong and wonderfully adaptable, and she will probably never miss the things that I so deeply mourn for her. That gives me some peace. She is happy, healthy, and not deprived, as some would choose to believe. This is an ever-changing journey. Right now we are on this path with straight lines. And actually I have a post with my daughter, and I have her holding her Dexcom with normal blood sugar numbers and a straight line for the last 12 hours. So that was my response to her. And I actually put a quote on here too. And I got this off of a blogger from Yahoo Parenting, and this was her response. She said, "I look at your kids and I fear our future rising healthcare costs, as well as the unhealthy spouse my child may one day marry. So while you're cringing because my kid's not eating a cupcake, I'm cringing because your child is." So I love that quote because it speaks volumes for, you know, she didn't just post that out of the blue. She probably posted that because someone has criticized her way of eating. Someone has criticized her decision for, you know, for choosing this lifestyle. Now, you know, that happens to us all the time. It will probably happen to you. Whether you choose low carb or high carb or somewhere in between or somewhere in Mars, it's really not going to matter. You know, to me one way or the other, because I'm not living your life. I am living my life. I'm making my own decisions just as you will. But, you know, I think it is more hurtful to someone like us to get those insults. I mean, when you think about how much time and effort and diligence it takes to constantly care 24/7 for your type 1 child, it is very hurtful for someone to be judgmental, especially someone who should be empathetic and understand where you're coming from. So, like I said, you know, that is pretty much my post in a nutshell. I just, you know, you and everyone else, we're all walking our own path, and we are all doing our very best. And so I would hope that no matter how passionate you are about, you know, the way that you are raising your children, that you share it with love. You know, I mean, no one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. So being human and empathizing with someone is going to get a lot further and make them a lot more willing to listen to your you know, your advice if you know, are doing it with love. So that's pretty much it. You know, you will come across it. You will come across people who are just adamant. I mean, I've even been called a Nazi. You know, I'm like pushing, you know, protein down my child's throat and depriving them and, you know, all this stuff. They never have this and they never have that. Well, that's not the case. And I'm not saying all of my recipes have worked out very well, but majority of them have, and I just adjust as we need. Everybody's palates are different, so that can sometimes be a challenge in my house. But we have found some staples that they really, really enjoy, and I guarantee you my food is a lot healthier than McDonald's. So anyways, okay, well, I guess that's pretty much my post. You know, I feel like it's highly important, and I know you're going to come across it, and just try to be empathetic to others and show mercy and grace. Love you guys. Bye.